Greetings, you canyon jerboas. I hope you're doing well. My name is Graham, and welcome to the Crack-A-Pack here on LRRMTG. Now today, we got something a little bit different and special, because I felt like supporting the local game store to the tune of $71 Canadian, by buying this Zendikar Rising gift edition. Now what is, if you are like me, you have this question because I asked them, what is the Zendikar Rising gift edition? Because I hadn't actually seen it. Well, if you're familiar with the bundle, formerly the Fat Pack, it's like that, but fancier. So it's got a special oversized spin down counter. I'm just reading off the back here. It's got the normal 10 draft boosters, a collector booster, a bunch of foil lands, and an alternate art foil Charix the Raging Isle. And not only that, the box is foil and the packaging is foil, which seems a little silly, but sure, why not? Now, there's 11 boosters of Magic the Gathering in here, and I'm not opening all 11 on the show here, but I am going to open the collector booster. So it's sort of like a, it's like a 1.5 for 1. It's like a Zendikar Rising collector booster, and we get to see what one of these gift edition things is like. So, as you can see, the whole thing is foil, which is odd, and something about it, the art on the front here, it looks to me like a beard. Maybe that's just me, but it's you now also. All right, so, this is the whole thing. Well, now that's interesting. So here is, it's a little piece of art of Akali, the Line Slinger, and some other stuff. That's cool. And there's, yes, now just like the Fat Packs of yore, the bundles, you can separate this. It's got the gooey stuff on it. And you get a big, sort of a panorama, like an art panorama thing, which is not foil. So it's just the outside that's foil. So that's cool. And a box that was used for space. What? I mean, all right, you know what? I'm definitely at that level of being an adult where I'm like, it's a nice box. I could put things in, I could wrap something in that box. It's a nice box. I mean, the thing is, it doesn't actually hold cards. It'd be a dice box, maybe. Why did they do that? Because it used to be that the bundles, when you bought them, the lid was up like this because they were like piled with stuff, and then once you opened it and took all the packaging out, then it would all just sit properly. But you can fit it all in a thing this size now. So why make it the same size that it used to be and pad it out with an empty box? I mean, at least it's all cardboard, but this just seems weird. And a security device. Anyway, foil gift box, with so much room for activities. Wow, that is a big die, and it is I would say, identical to the kind that come out of pre-release kits. Just big. It's just a lot bigger. One sec, hang on. I couldn't find one the same color, but comparison, right? But it's otherwise exactly the same. It's big. The one pictured, I think, has sharper angles. This is more rounded, which I suppose is safer if you're throwing it at somebody. Anyway, sure, fine. Now, in here we have 10 packs of Zendikar Rising, which I will just leave right there. Oh, hey, actually, hang on. Ooh, well, actually, I like that. Screw all this stuff. Let's talk about boxes. Okay, so nice hard board deck box with a little thing that slides in it, so you can separate the box how you so desire, and then you can also like take the thing. I like that a lot. This is better than the previous bundles, I would say. Now then, sorry, as I was saying, packs, very nice. We have, how to cast spells. Spells have a mana cost in the upper right corner. Sort of random to have a, like, rules tip card in the middle of that. Oh, and another one. All right. Collector Boosty, which is what we'll open today. This is a pack of basic land. Yeah, these are the Zendikar Rising basic lands. And then this is going to be the Zendikar Rising foil basics. Yeah, these are all the foils. Very shiny. And, whoa, wow. Whew. Wee, wow. That smells different and powerful. And Charix the Raging Isle. All right, cool. So far, it's a fine pickup. But let's open this collector booster. Yes. Now, the first thing I see is a double-sided foil token. We have a Goblin Construct Angel Warrior double token there. And let's go into the pack. Teeter Peak Ambusher, 1 and a red for a 1/3 Goblin Warrior. And for 2 and a red, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. In the decks that were red and cared about party, having a 2-drop warrior was pretty all right. And, you know, kind of good. Just like you attack and they're like, I don't want to throw my creature in front of it. It's all about threat of activation, right? You're like, I can make it a 3/3 and trade for your thing. It traded up very well. For a 2-drop, totally fine. Zulaport Duelist. The Zuelist? No, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Single blue mana for a 1/1 human rogue with flash. When Zulaport Duelist enters the battlefield, up to 1 target creature gets -2/-0 until end of turn. Its controller mills 2 cards. In a vacuum, this is fine, but I also loathe the rogue deck. So I hate it. That card. I've decided. Hagra Constrictor. 2 and a black for a 0/0 snake. But why is snake so small? Well, it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters. And each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has Menace. I will not log off. I will continue doing that. So, yeah, it's a 2/2 with Menace, is really what it comes down to. But it gives other things Menace, which was always a big shock. When they play this, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, it's a 2/2. Oh, no, it has Menace. Oh, that's neat. Wait, why are you attacking me? What's going on? Oh, no, they all have Menace. Nahiri's Binding. 1 white for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature planeswalker. It can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Totally fine. Good stuff. These are all foil, by the way. You've probably noticed by now, but I figured I'd say it aloud just in case. Dreadworm is 4 and a black for a 5/4 worm horror with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Dreadworm gains indestructible until end of turn. Totally fine. No complaints about Dreadworm. Next we have Cinderclasm. We're already into an uncommon here. 1 and a red for an instant with Kicker for a single red. So it deals 1 damage to each creature, but if it was kicked, it deals 2 damage to each creature. So it's like variable pyroclasm. Well, it's a Cinderclasm. That's why it's called Cinderclasm. But you can make a pyroclasm. It's fine. It's good stuff. We're all right. We're doing okay over here. Emeria Captain, 3 and a white for a 1/1 Angel Warrior with flying and vigilance. When Emeria Captain enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each creature in your party. A reminder, party-wise, your party consists of up to 1 each of Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, and Wizard. And they haven't said whether or not, at time of recording, we don't know whether anything like that is coming back in the Forgotten Realms set. But it looks like it might not. So I'm still on team odd choice to include in this set, but also on team that mechanic worked out way better than anybody thought it would, because it really seemed like it was going to be kind of a but I think it turned out quite well. Next we have Swamp. It's a swamp. It's a big old Sam Burley swamp. Collector number 272L. Full art. Foil swamp. Nice. All right, now we're into the fancy art variants. We have an extended art Luminarch Aspirant, which is a fine magic card. 1 and a white for a 1/1 human cleric. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Gets out of hand in a real big hurry. Next, we have a foil Moraug. Moraug? I've always been saying Morag, but there's a U in there. Moraug. Moraug. Hey, that's probably it. Yeah. All right, a foil Moraug. Fury of Akum. 4 red for a 6/6 legendary Minotaur warrior. Each creature you control gets +1/+0 for each time it has attacked this turn. What's that, you say? Well, landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if it's your main phase, there is an additional combat phase after this phase. At the beginning of that combat, untap all creatures you control. Neat. Next, we have Canopy Baloth in the cool showcase. I really did enjoy the showcase art for this set. This is particularly cool. Canopy Baloth, 3 and green for a 4/3 beast with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Canopy Baloth gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So really, it was a 6/5 for 4. Canopy Baloth didn't look exciting, but boy did it ever beat face. It's just facts about Canopy Baloth. Our second Dreadworm of the pack, this one in the showcase frame. 4 and a black for a 5/4 worm horror with landfall, all the same stuff that I already said, but in the cool frame. Also a much larger looking worm. I feel like this is a bigger looking worm. I like that all you can see is the face. It's quite terrifying. Next, ooh, I haven't seen this one in the showcase frame before. Phylath, World Sculptor. 4 red, green for a 5/5 legendary elemental. When Phylath enters the battlefield, create a 0/1 green plant creature token for each basic land you control. And then landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put 4 +1/+1 counters on target plant you control. This is what I refer to as the fixed Avenger of Zendikar, because you only get plants for basic lands, and then rather than 1 counter going on every plant, you put 4 counters on 1 plant. So you make 1 scary plant instead of a bunch of medium scary plants. But this guy's great. We have a foil Brushfire Elemental in the showcase frame. So red-green for a 1/1 elemental with haste. Brushfire Elemental can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. And landfall, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So it's just kind of an annoying, aggressive creature. Annoying like to be on the receiving end of. If you have it, it's great. Lots of Magic cards are like that. If I have it, it's awesome. If you have it, I hate it. I don't think this is unique to me. I think this is the universal Magic experience. And finally, ooh, that's very cool. A foil Zendikar Expedition version of Spire Garden, which is a land. It enters tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents, and you taps for red or green. Dang. I have a feeling that may have helped the overall value of the pack. Overall, coming in about $24, 24 plus, of which the Spire Garden is indeed $16 of. So as far as a Zendikar Rising collector booster goes, not stunning, but there's some very nice looking cards in it. So that's cool. And I got this cool Charix, and I've got these packs of Zendikar. Really, I was in this for the supporting the local game store. They've had these kicking around forever. And now I have this cool box. So I can put things in the box, like Magic cards, which I have a startling number of. All right. Well, I guess, you don't typically draft collector boosters, but if I did, I would take Phylath, because, if this were a normal pack of cards, I would take Phylath, because, first pick, or actually, wait, no, Moraug. I forgot there's 2 mythic, or not mythics, Phylath is merely a rare. And Luminarch Aspirant is also here. Wow, that's actually tough. I'd still probably take Morale. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Hey, thanks for watching. Everybody, thank you for joining me here today on the Crack-A-Pack. If you feel desire to send a pack our way, not the gift edition, that's unnecessary. You can do that to our P.O. Box, Attention Crack-A-Pack. We very much appreciate it. And we equally appreciate your support that keeps all the lights on over here at Loading Ready Run on our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Until next time, I have been Graham. James has been helping me out here. Shoutouts to the editors. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.